Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. Project I've got for you this week is an oak bowl. This piece of oak, it come down, there was probably about 5 years ago, there was a branch come down off a massive great oak tree, completely blocking the road in the lane where I live. Nobody could get in or out. So as you can see, this is the top of the piece of oak, and that is 20 inches across there. I can only get 14, so I will have to take some of that away. I did hope to turn it that way around and leave the bark on, because as you can see on there, there's some beautiful bark on there, and I did, as I say, I hope to turn the bowl in there, leave some of this bark on, but as it's dried out, all that bark's come right away, so I'm going to have to take all of that off and bin all of that, which is a shame. And then so what I'm going to do is I run a plane down there, just flatten that off, and I'll put a faceplate on there and turn that around, and then turn it up. I'll have to take it over onto the saw first to chop the corners off, because otherwise it won't revolve on the lathe. That took me nearly 2 hours to get that mounted on the lathe. That was a mixture of bandsaw, chainsaw and electric plane, but eventually I've got it all up and running, and I have to say it is running quite smooth as well. So I can start turning some wood, and this will be the bottom of the bowl, so I need to turn this, get it into a nice bowl shape. So there's quite a bit of wood got to come off of there. And I have to say, once I got a good cut on there, or continuous cut on there, that did cut very well. For a piece of oak, I'd expected it to be a lot harder than that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. It was just different than what I expected. It led me to take some quite big cuts there. I'm doing some pull cuts there, ripping an awful lot of wood away very, very quickly. It was, surprisingly, it was very much in balance as well, which is quite nice. I didn't have to fight it on the lathe once I got it mounted. I did start the lathe off at 100 revs a minute just to make sure that it wasn't out of balance, but I very quickly got this up to around, I think it was about 600 revs a minute. Considering the size of the bowl, that was turning quite quick on the outside. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I could turn it so quickly. So I've got the bottom of the bowl pretty much in shape that I want now. I just need to, I will need to redefine it slightly. I need to put a bigger curve on there. But at the moment I'm just going through, just clearing up the outside, just trying to get all those cuts away, get that turned away. You see there, I'm just taking that corner off there really, just sort of trying to blend that into a nice curve. Just using my bowl gauge there, just doing a nice clean up cut, and it does get a really good finish on that oak. Straight off the chisel, nice sharp chisel, nice high speed. It's incredible the finish you do get on there without even having to sand it. So just carry on there, just carry on the way I'm doing, and just take that down to the shape I want. So I am pretty much there. I've taken it down to all the bits of rubbish and everything around there, so I've defined that'll be the top of my bowl there. I've put a tenon on there to fit my biggest jewels I've got. I need to just shape this slightly, just curve that round, because I've got a real hard line there. So I need to curve that down to the bottom of the bowl. And then what I want to do is I'm going to put a band across there, and I'm going to put some pattern on there because it is such a deep bowl, and I think I'll break that up quite nicely. So first thing I'm going to do, just redefine the edge of that bowl there. It's pretty good. So I'm going to put a small lip on there. And that will be my band there. And another one there. Lovely. So what I want to do now is draw some lines on there. I'm going to use my spindle lock for that. So there's one. You've seen me do this before. I want a line in between there as well. I'll get back to you when I've finished it. So I've gone in there, I've used my indexing tool on the lathe and I've gone round, marked all round. I've then gone round in between with another line and then just come across at an angle. Now what I intend to do is just use my Dremel just to open them up. So what I need to do now is just go through, open those up. I think you get the general gist. I'll get back to you when I've finished it. So what I was looking for, the last one. So I'll go through now and I'll sand all of that down by hand. I'll get back to you. It's come up quite nice. I've sanded that down to 320. And it does, you get a lovely finish on there. I've got some gold embellishment wax, so I think I'm going to put on there just to highlight that, bring that colour out in there, and just ordinary wax on that side. And then the bit that I enjoy is getting the sand sealer on there, really bringing that grain out on there. There is some lovely grain in that oak as well. Beautiful. So I'm getting the sand sealer around, getting it on that ridge on there. But I need to get down in between the joins as well. I started doing this with a rag, couldn't really do it, so I resorted to a paintbrush. Just dipped in the sand sealer, just worked my way around and just covered it. Give it a real liberal coating all the way around. This is my gold embellishment wax. I'm just giving it a really good coat all around there. And then I'm just going to turn the lathe up in a minute and just buffle that up and get a really nice shine on there. Really quite effective, worked really well. I was pleased with that. You see the gold on there sitting right down in the grain. I'm just trying to work it down into those grooves. And there we go, the hollowing. Got it all rest up. I brought the centre up, we'll just hold that in place. There's a lot of wood I've got to take out of there before I even get down to that bowl. And then once I get down to that rim there, I'll have a look at addressing some of those cracks in there. I quite like that. Let's get and sand it. I'll get back to you when I've finished. I've sanded that right down to 320. I don't know whether this in here is it's dry, but I'm not sure if that's water damage or whether that's a grain of the wood, because that's very close to the outside of the where the bark is. So I'm not sure what that is. But it looks quite nice, very pretty. Right, I'll give this a quick spray. Denatured alcohol, because I noticed the last time when I cleaned out there was a lot of sawdust come off on there. Like that. Now give that a coat of sand and sealer. So now I'm going to give it a coat of gold embellishment wax. Well, there we go, YouTubers. The finished article. A really nice big, really nice deep bowl with a lovely decorative ring, accented with gold. You can see it in there. So the bowl measures 14 inches across, that's 360 ml. And it is about 120 ml deep, which is a really nice sized fruit bowl. Well, that took me simply ages to even get that mounted on the lathe, but I think it was well worth it. It really has turned into a lovely piece of wood. Lovely grain pattern in there, lovely colour, and the smell down here is incredible. But you would not believe the mess that's on my floor. That's going to take me ages to clear that up. Well, this is probably the last one that I put out before Christmas. Hope you enjoyed it. And to all my viewers, hope you all have a very happy Christmas and a very prosperous New Year. Goodbye everybody. See you again next year. You take care of yourself. Bye bye.